Hello and welcome to Riffle Shuffle and Roll. My name is Mark, and today I'm going to teach you how to play the 12 Dice of Christmas. This is a little Steve Jackson dice game for 2 to 6 players, in which you are trying to be the first person to mark off all 12 of your Christmas gifts. What's that all about? Well, let's dive in and find out. 12 Dice of Christmas comes with 12 six-sided dice, a score pad, and a little drawstring bag. To set up the game, each player will need their own score sheet. You also need a way for each player to mark off their score. For a 5-player game, you will remove 2 of the dice and only play with 10. For a game that has 2, 3, 4, or 6 players, you will use all 12 dice. To begin the first round, the youngest player goes first. They pick up all of the dice and roll them. That same player then chooses one die to keep or score. If a player chooses to keep the die that they picked, they simply place it face up in front of them. Be sure not to change which side is showing. If a player chooses to score the die that they have picked, they mark that number off of their score sheet, and then that die is removed for the rest of the round. You can put it back in the bag. You are allowed to keep and combine dice. So for that first round, each player picks a die and they either keep it or score it. We'll say all 4 players here have picked and kept their dice. Now we go on to the second turn, and player 1 chooses to pick the 5. Now, this player can simply keep the 5, or they can score the 5 and the 6, or they can score a combination of 11. So if they wanted to, they could mark off 2 numbers right now, or they could mark off 1, being the 11. Or they can simply keep it. Again, if they score these 2 dice, or one of the dice, they remove it, or both of them, from the round. Player 2 goes, and they are going to take the 4. And they're going to go ahead and score the 6 and the 4 now. So they mark off the 6 and they mark off the 4. Those 2 dice are removed for the rest of the round. Now it's player 3's turn again. They are going to go ahead and take a 3. They'll keep it and pass. Player 4 goes. They'll also take a 3, keep it and pass. Now it's the final turn for the round. Player 1 chooses the number 3. And they are going to go ahead and score the 11 and the 3. You can only score dice on your turn. Those dice are removed. Player 2 goes. They choose the 2 and they score it. Player 3 goes. They take a 1 and they're going to go ahead and score 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They mark 10 off their list. Those dice are removed. And player 4 is stuck with the 1. And they are going to mark off the 7 and the 1. And that ends the round. To begin the next round, you return all of the dice to the pool, and the player with the highest unmarked present gets to begin the new round. So if you look at the score sheets, everybody has 12 available. So you would go to the next number, 11. All right, this player's out. They already have an 11 marked. And then all 3 of these players are tied, so you go to 10. This player has the 10 marked off, so they're out. And then 9. They both have 9. They both have 8. Up. Player 4 has the 7 marked off, so our player here, player 2, gets to begin the next round. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue the game. We can quickly play through an entire example here. And I grabbed a pen to mark off the score sheet to make it a little more visible for you. So let's go ahead. We'll begin with player 2 starting the next round. And they pick up all the dice. Give them a good roll. And they get to pick first. And they're going to go and take that 6. These guys, player 3 will take a 6. Player 4. Oh, they're going to go ahead and take that 4. And then player 1 will take the 3. Okay. So that leaves player 2 here. They take the 3, they'll be able to mark off the 9. But they need to get this 10, 11, and 12 done too. That's all right. So 3, 9. Now, if they're stuck with nothing but 1s, they can still mark off the 10. Player at the top of the screen will take the 3 as well. They already have 10 marked off, so this will help them with the 9 at least. And the 1. We'll see how that works here soon. This player, they're going to go for the 7. Oh, they already got 7 marked off. This will be 6. Okay, so they'll take a 1. Down here, they'll take the 2. And then they'll take the 1. They're going to score their dice. So 6, 9, 10. Those. Up here, they'll take a 1. And they need to mark off the 9. They can also score the 1. They scored all those dice. And then they'll take a 1. And they'll score. They could do 4 and 2. Or they could do 5. Or they could do 6. Because they already have the 1 marked off. So they don't need that. So let's, for them, let's, I'm going to be getting in a pickle here. They'll do the 4 and the 2. All right, those are off. And this guy takes the 1. So they got a 3, a 2, and a 1. So they could do a 6, a 5, and a 1. Or a 2 and a 1. They already have the 3. I think they're going to go ahead and mark off the 5 and the 1. Okay. Return all the dice to the pool. Whoever has the highest unmarked. So we got 12s. Everyone still got their 12. They still have their 11, 11, 11. Their 10's marked off. Their 10's marked off. They still have their 10. So now this player, player 4, gets to go first. And they throw the dice. And you will continue to play rounds until one player has marked off their final gift. The first person to have marked off all of their gifts wins the game. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that during play, it might be your turn, and there might be no dice out there that you need. Unfortunately, you just have to pick a die and pass your turn. And that's all there is to the 12 Dice of Christmas. If you have any questions about this game, or you have a game you would like to see a tutorial for, be sure to comment down below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to subscribe, ring the bell, leave a thumbs up for the video, and of course a comment down below. All of those things really help me out. I've got a playlist of other dice games for you right here beside my head. And if you would like to check out games of my own design, you can head over to Riffle, Shuffle, and Roll. I've got a link down in the description. Of course, I've also got videos for those games right here on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep on playing.